Just one more game. Sorry, Top was sending me. But let's talk about Squid Games episodes 2 through 7, a summary and an analysis. Stay tuned. Haire. Welcome to Movie Monday. Would this be considered Movie Monday? I guess. But anyway, so we're going to be talking about Squid Games today's episodes 2 through 7. I'm going to be doing a summary / reaction / I'm going to run my mouth for 30 minutes and y'all going to listen. Definitely for sure. Thank you guys so much for your support. I noticed that the views have gone up. I saw for Juror 2, you guys were watching it. Really appreciate you. This year, I promise you, we are going to be on point for Clear Hair TV. I already have next week's episodes in queue. So let's talk about episode 2. So episode 2 is the Halloween party, right? So basically, this is after the events of the first one, of where we meet all of our main characters. The one who was too fine to die. Jun-ho. Like, they found him in the middle of the ocean. Like, that's how you know. I was just kind of like, so he was too fine to die, huh? I get it. I get it. Very understood. Okay, and then, so basically they meet with Mr. Recruiter. The Recruiter, they have a game of Russian roulette after he had Kai by Ball, aka rock, paper, it's rock, paper, scissors. And you're going to have 2 draws for both hands. And then basically they had Russian roulette, and he laments more about his childhood, about how, like, you know, at one point it was between him and his father, which I talk about more on Wednesday, what makes a sociopath. So definitely check that out as well. So basically he was saying how, like, one time, like, he was on the other end of the, like, should I take care of my dad, or should I, you know, whatever, should I take care of my dad, or I should be a human still? So he ended up taking care of his dad, not in a good way. So anyways, they go to the Halloween party, and at the Halloween party, they put a tracker, so they pull one of his molars out, which, you know, why he didn't scream enough for me. When I get my teeth cleaned, I'm screaming like they're torturing me back there. So for him to just sit there and he's just like, da-da, hey guys, like, I was stunned that he was not yelling enough. He was not yelling enough for me. Do y'all know how much it hurts to get your teeth pulled? Like, when I got my teeth cleaned, like, I felt like I was like, whoever I said I'm sorry to, I apologize to the orthodontist. I don't even know her like that. I was like, whatever I did to you, I'm sorry. It hurts. So anyways, they pull his molar out. And so they put a GPS tracker in his tooth. So, like, basically the main thing is he's using himself as live bait, which never works. So he's using himself as live bait, and he's basically going to, he's going to have the masked man take him. So he ends up getting the car. You know, of course, the Recruiter goes into a different plane, right? And then he ends up getting the card. And so they take him to a limo. And so the masked man is talking through a speaker. And he's like, hey, he's talking through a speaker, and he's just like, oh, like, why didn't you just take the money? Which I'm just kind of like, I mean, plot's got a plot, because I don't know why he just didn't take the money and meet his daughter, who, like, I don't know if you guys know from the reference that his daughter and his ex-wife or baby mom, whatever, they moved to America, right? So I don't know why he just didn't take the money and just go there. I don't get it. And so, anyways, so he ends up accepting it. And he's like, so he wakes up. And basically simultaneously, Jun-ho, who he's working with the fishermen he's working with the fishermen to basically find, like, the fisherman who saved him, and basically find it. So they go to a trap. They go to a door to, like, basically show where the GPS is at. It was a trap because guess what? They found him. I guess they did a cavity search. Is that too corny? Okay. So they did a cavity search, his teeth. And they took the GPS out. So now he's basically there with no help. So he has no comm, he has no GPS, because he was going to use himself as live bait, like, wherever they're at. So he slowly realizes that he's the only person. So he tries to help, which, like I said, this is a good parallelism to how us people who are in the knowledge try to help people, but they don't listen. So he was like, hey, everybody, the first game, freeze. You know, like, he has his little hand up. He's like, freeze. Okay. And they're like, because they can't track your movements. So, like, a lot of people end up going, and then we introduce Top, which is Thanos. I like you. I don't know. Okay. So we're going to go into episode 3, which is 001. So it turns out the front man is very attractive. And that makes me uncomfortable because it's very hard to not root for him. Fighting! I was like, fighting! Anyway, so the front man actually introduced himself into the game as number 1. Fun fact, like from the first series, the older man, he was number 1, which I would have said like that should have been red flag on why, like, I don't know why people didn't make the connection, but yeah, so the front man, from the one who's over all of it pretty much, and he ends up, the front man who's over all of it, he ends up joining the game, and so they have a vote. So I don't remember this being the first season where they actually had a vote. Maybe it's just more organized this time. So they have a vote, and basically who wants to continue the game, because like the stipulations of the game is that as long as the majority says let's stop playing, we split whatever is in the bucket of the money, which to me this is perfect example of human greed. Because me personally, I don't even need 3 million. Okay, I don't even need 3 million. I just need y'all to cover groceries. I just need a clicker because I have to use my hand to stop and start the video. But like I said, they picked the people that they picked for a reason. Like we start getting introduced to different characters. We have someone who's pregnant. Did not expect that, because this is not the place to be, mama. Did you not watch the first season? I guess. But then again, like everybody from the first season not here no more, so who's gonna tell her? But she's pregnant. I was not ready for that. But it was a really good example of like when you have a kid, you just want to provide for them. You just like at your base, you just want to provide for them. And then so we have that, and then we have another person who's a baby daddy. He's like a cryptocurrency fraud who had everybody do it, and like Thanos, which is top, T.O.P. He's basically like this bully. He's basically like the bully in the whatever show, and he's a has-been rapper, and he's here to earn money and also to extract his own vengeance, intact his own vengeance on the cryptocurrency guy. And then we have someone who is they are trans, and so they want to pay to have like the bottom surgery. Bottom surgery is basically to complete like the transition right now. Then we have a son and father combo. Fun fact: the guy who has the mom in the video, they'll dance like a bolo. The song with Penemeco. He's on the track. I didn't know that was him. Shout out to you. I didn't know that was him. He was acting his stuff out, but it's a mother and son combo. I am concerned about the fact that we're just going to ignore that they didn't have that influence from the actual show, because I know they weren't filming at the same time. So I feel like if you guys don't know, like in the Squid Game reality show, there was a father and son, son and mother duo. I think they might have got a little, they're like, okay, Americans, we'll take out a little quote from you. I think they did that for a little bit, but so after the vote, frontman votes, and he's the last person to vote, number 1, and basically they vote to have the next game continue. And it really just showed to me how we try often, not to get dark, but I was like, we try often to not think that other people have an effect on our end result, like for example, like in Asian countries are more collectivism, and then basically us, we're more of an individualistic. So I remember learning this in sociology class, and basically what that means is just that Asian countries are very much like, okay, everybody helps the next person, whatever affects you affects me. America, it's me, myself, and I. There's literally a song called that, like we don't really care about what the next person does. But this is a really good point that they did in Squid Games, was the fact that they showed that what you do literally is indicative of how you view the group. So if you feel like you don't care about anybody living in this group but besides you, it's going to show in what type of vote you do. Like, 'cause like I said, like even I thought about myself in that situation, like if we were going to continue or not go with the next game. Because like I said, the first game, like there was a lot of casualties, I don't know the lyrics. But like with that one, like there were so many casualties, but it's so crazy how like we compartmentalize when we want to survive. Because after seeing all that gore and, shed, you would think they'd be like, okay, let's go home. No, they were just like, I mean, that wasn't me. You know, like that's that part, that's that mindset where it goes against that individual collectivism. Okay. So enter episode 4. So episode 4 is Six Legs. So Six Legs is a game. This is a new game. I can say that American games are now boring because every game they present, I'm just like, and I was like, dang, like this is like really. So I was like, this game is really cool. Like we gotta do this at the next baby shower or something. Like I don't know at the next family night, but basically the premise of the game is that you have is 6 legs. So I believe it was. Is it 4 people or is it 5 people in the group? I don't know how many games there are. Either way, it's like a relay race. Everybody's legs are tied together. Everybody's legs are tied together. Is it 5 people? And then like there's like they all consider 6. I don't know. Mathematically, like I was just like, and then if you carry the 1 and then the 2, like I was like, my brain was really like, okay, so like if you carry this and do that, I don't know. In conclusion, there's a bunch of people in a line and or whatever. So the games include there's a spin top. I call it Beyblade. They had a Beyblade competition, and then they had like I guess it was like jacks, like where you pick up the different symbols or whatever. So they had Beyblade, they had I'm trying to think what other game they had. They had Beyblade, and then they had jacks, and then they also had like it's kind of like they're like bouncing their leg off of like they're bouncing like a ball. Dang, I don't have anything. I get that they're bouncing this off of their leg or whatever, and then like there was another one where they basically had to like there was like a stone and they had like a ball and they had to throw it to knock it down. So like they had like different games, but I thought I was like, we got to bring this to the next family reunion at the family reunion. Sorry. So they end up. So while that's going on, while he's figuring out who's going to be good at which game, detective to get rid of. He's basically assembling a team of Marines, and he's assembling a team of Marines to basically go after like try to fight back. And they're just like, hey, should we go back? And the head Marine leader, who's attractive for no reason, is just like, hey, we should, we're already out here. You know, these soldiers, they know what they signed up for, blah, blah. Right. And so, basically that's also going on in the meantime. And so like the results of the game is that, you know, either you have pass or fail, which I thought, no offense, but they look so cute doing it, and they would just, you know, finish you off. But they were so cute. They're like, pass, fail, you know, like, like it was adorable. But yeah, so that there you see different people not making it, or like some of the results of the game as well. Some of the results of the game as well was that seeing that some people were lying about their skills. Okay, it's kind of like when you lie, like some of them was just giving when you lie on the job. Some of them were given when you lie on the job, description, and then you lie on the job description about you being able to do something, and then when it comes to do it, you're just like, actually, matter of fact, I can't. Actually, matter of fact, I can't. But yeah, I really thought that was pretty dope, that they would show like some of them, like they would finish it, and then like because they didn't walk up, like, you know, and then like of course, you know, main character 001 and Ji-hoon Sung, they ended up going, their team ended up going last. And so, you know, by then there's so much red Kool-Aid on the floor that, you know, it's very hard to, you know, think that could be my fate. So that's extra pressure. And you had 001, the front man, he purposely sabotaged him because at one point, like, because his game was the Beyblade, right? So he threw it backwards, and I was like, I mean, at this point, we gotta throw him out. Okay, at this point, we gotta throw him out, but ended up throwing it backwards. They had to walk all the way back because they're not gonna get it for you. That was another thing that was trifling. So basically, right to the very last minute, because they got their team was very nicely spread out to where everybody was doing it on point, and then he was the last one. So the very last minute, they got it, and they were encouraging him, and like it just showed like that humanity side that's trying to come back for 001 was the fact that, you know, regular person, like he just thinks humanity is not worth saving. Okay. So they were encouraging him. They're like, hey, don't even worry about it. Because even after the game, after they won, they succeeded. Even after the game, they won and they succeeded. Like they were just like, hey, don't even worry. He's like, you guys didn't even the woman was like, hey, you guys didn't even make fun of me or whatever about it. And so after that, he was just like, I'm so very thankful for you guys doing that. So episode 5.